Okay, so in this hand, middle position, only min raises, button calls. I call from the big blind. I flop a flush. I check. And the original raiser makes it 150. So the only question I have is, maybe I let one peel off. I jam here. So I either have it or I don't. So my guess is I'm ahead here. But if I jam, and somebody has a jack or a king, they would call, and I'm ahead. And he catches up on the river. So I check raise here to get this guy out. In case anybody is just still trying to catch up. But the problem is he had a king. And he was not gonna let go of the king. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to wait until the turn to jam. Maybe something could be said to jam the turn when the turn comes up a blank, and then I could jam it. Versus, don't let them catch up from the river to begin with. People are more likely to vote the turn when you jam. Interesting spot.
of 16.
All right, well, let's get into it. It's going to be game number 1 between Innovation and Life, no less. As we have, spawning up to the top right, it's our red Zerg. Representing KT Rolster, it is Life. And down to the bottom left-hand corner, our blue Terran. Representing SK Telecom T1, it is Innovation.
Life in the last 6 months since BlizzCon has been on the hottest streak of victories that we've seen in a very, very long time, especially considering StarCraft is every single month, every single day is getting harder and harder to play, and the competition's getting stronger and stronger. Life won BlizzCon. He got second at DreamHack Winter. He finished top 4 in Star League after being eliminated there. He's currently still in the GSL top 4. He won the Intel Extreme Masters Taipei. He is the reigning Intel Extreme Masters champion. And here he is playing at the World Championship as one of the big favorites to take the entire of the tournament. There's no doubt he's one of the best in StarCraft.
No doubt, absolutely no doubt at the moment, and he continues to prove that time and time again. Will he prove it here against Innovation? It's a tall order for him in the round of 16, but if anyone can do it, it's Life.
I think so. Whereas Innovation on the other side of things, he hasn't won a tournament in a while. He did win the Season 3 of the GSL back in around September, I think it was last year. But in Pro League, he's been dominating. He's top 5 in the win record. He's got 7 wins and 1 loss. And like I said, the winner of this is going to go far in this tournament. The builds, by the way, it was 11 Barracks Reaper for Innovation, so looking at 3 Reapers very early on. Whereas Life has gone for his Hatch Gas Pool, one of his favourite builds.
And this Overlord initially will poke around at the front, see what it can find. Eventually it will spot the first Reaper moving out, and then Life will pretty much have a good idea of what he's going to be going up against. Actually, it might even spot it as it comes out there with the trajectory that it's currently on.
With the very early gas that Life's taking, he's going to be able to get that Zergling speed and be able to push back the majority of early pressure that Innovation's going to go for. And on top of that, can also plan counterattacks and run by, something he's very, very well known for.
First Reaper on the way. Second Overlord is going to position itself over on this left-hand side, maybe to dip into that main base, see what's going on. Also, it could be there to spot drops if they end up going out of that location. But those Sixlings are on the way to buy time for the Queens to get out and then shoot this Reaper off.
Right, so ideally you don't want to be losing hardly any units, any drones, any Zerglings, in an ideal world.
And it's already going to start an extractor. Starting some buildings here to save those drones. Very good micro and good control by him so far. And those little Zerglings do pop. So the drone micro bought time for the Lings, which in turn are now buying time for the Queens, as we mentioned.
Alright, so far so good. And